Fosters Bighorn. Shepherds.
I don't like it.
Okay, eat some chicken. More fries.
Hippopotamus. Unbelievable.
I'm in at 4.
Johnny?
At least we know we got it.
Yeah, if they call, yeah. It's a good thing that people can call us, but we can't call them.
And here's pictures of this guy hunting all these. This guy was a real big time hunter. Back in with the natives, back on safari, 30s, 40s.
There's 2 fish swimming along. All of a sudden, swim, construction. The one looked at the other, you know what he said? Damn. Gene, this is Katie. Cousin Scott. He literally is a foster, but he's related to right.
What was this guy's name?
What's that?
Actually, his last name was Freda.
Rita?
He was Portuguese.
He was Portuguese? Really?
F-R-E-I-D-A.
Selfish twos right now, yes.
And why he changed to Foster?
And he changed his name to Foster? Well,
Probably a bootlegger thing, you know? Maybe.
I understand this place was still open even during the Prohibition.
Actually, he opened it at the end of Prohibition.
Is that what it was? Okay. And he just went on safari around the world and just kept hunting.
Made
What
9
was
trips
his,
to Africa and 10 trips to Canada and Alaska.
his goal was just try to get every animal that he could think of, and
You know, yeah. After he left North America, and we've got 6 Cape buffaloes back there, but that's the ones that really the duplications of everything. All the other African stuff, there's basically just one of each.
How many trips to Africa?
9.
cousin Gary in here.
9 and 10.
Pretty.
That's 19 major hunting trips like that. That doesn't even count the ones to Modoc County where all the big muley come out of. You know, and fishing trips that he took.
So is the deal about Earl Warren pretty accurate?
That's my dad was one of those guys that I could believe his stories because he would always say you didn't need to embellish anything about Bill Foster. His life was so incredible, just the truth. You know, but the story was is that I always heard was that Bill was bootlegging whiskey in the East Bay, and Earl Warren's father, I think was the DA, and then to get his son some press and stuff, you know. He said, go chase these minor little level bootleggers, you know, and Bill Foster was one of them. His last name was Freda at that time. You know, so he was chasing around.
Heard of.
Yeah, well, that's right. And you know,
Where the hell's that?
I think Prohibition was repealed by Congress in 1931, and it was like a 2-year period before it actually became an effect.
They couldn't figure out
So
how
he knew he was going to need a job in a couple of years, and so he came to Rio Vista, which was a Portuguese community, you know, and they bought this little cigar store. The cigar store, the roof here, where it ends, that's where the cigar store originally ended.
Okay.
Oh.
And then he bought the store. There were 2 buildings. There's 2 different addresses. The kitchen's in one address and the bar's in the other.
I remember sitting in there at the counter
Sure.
up until
yeah.
when Tony got it. Then it went shortly after to just dining,
Yeah.
dining room.
Tony had it for about 4 years, and he called Tony. He called Jack up on the hill, and he says, Jack, he says, when are you going to open up that place on the hill? And he says, well, I'm planning on September 1st. And this was like in June. Tony says, can't wait that long. Boom, he closed it. He says he'd get all these people coming in there for 10-cent coffee all day long.
Yeah.